Thank you for joining us again. We're on episode 4 now. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and level out. Okay, welcome back. We're on episode 4, right? And so we're getting ready to do some stuff. Welcome back. My name's push pause. Welcome back. We're now on episode 4. Push pause. Okay, welcome back. We're now on episode number 4. This episode, I'm going to basically put bevels around the tabletops, and we can show you a picture of the end tables that we're going to try to match on this one, as far as the height and all that stuff. So I'm going to put the bevels on there, start finishing the tops, and then we may get into filling in some of those holes that I had troubles in episode 2 doing. But we appreciate you're here, and just sit back and relax, and we'll get through it. Thanks. Alrighty, well, that seemed pretty difficult to get through, the intro there. I got a cold going on, so I've been taking some drugs, don't tell anybody, but legal, over-the-counter stuff, so I'm a little groggy, and so on and so forth. But anyways, to get things started, to get on topic, I'm trying to get the angles here and come up with H901, which I don't even know what that means. But wait a minute, it's 106.5 degrees. And so a lot of this show is for me to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Flat is 180. I'm kind of telling myself facts about degrees. So I decided to write it down so you could understand, or more importantly, so that I can understand what I want to do. I want to try to make it the same angle that this coffee table is. So basically what I came up to is I want a 15-degree angle. So I draw some nice pictures to complement my conclusion. And so I hope I'm doing the math right at this point. God only knows, but I think I am. It sounds right if I remember what I did the coffee tables at. So going from there, here's what I ended up in last episode with 2 very square squares. It's about an eighth of an inch off, I guess you can say. But all in all, it's pretty decent, pretty happy with it. So I don't even know what's happening right now, but actually what's happening is looking at those knots I tried to fill with the CA glue, and not too happy about it, but I think I got a solution. Sometimes I just put things off and then things become apparent, and what's become apparent is I can put these on the bottom of the tables. So that's kind of sweet. So I think I'll do that if I can hold on to stuff. Just going to clean up a little bit, get this little sled out of the way, move this cord. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's kind of messy. I know it is messy around here, and it's more or less cluttered, but I just got so much stuff. I just got to keep moving it around. And FYI, that cord, I don't know if your wife does this to you, but she kind of just throws stuff into the garage. So she took the lights down and then threw the cord in the garage. And then miraculously, it's going to get uncluttered. And that's my job. She puts trash in the garage. I'll just walk out and there's trash. So anyways, that's my life. And so I'm going to set this to 15 degrees with one hand. And once you break your knuckles doing that, I can get it set here. And so there we are on that. That's what it looks like. That's 15 degrees. Now, this is going to be pretty hairy. I can already kind of tell it's going to be hairy. And so I go inside to find something to do because I'm not about hair at all. And basically, what I'm trying to figure out is how wide I want to make the cut. And I came up with 0.379 inches, locking it in. I'm going to lock in my answer with that little knob. But I decided to take a break. Okay, so I thought maybe food would solve my problem. So back to work here. So that's what the 0.37 inches looks like, and I'm thinking I'm missing my saddle. So I'm gonna get my saddle on. This is what my wife gave me so she could ride me to get these done. And is my tool belt make me look fat, or is it my fat that makes me look fat here? Put it in the comments if you would. I'm just kind of curious, but pretty sure it's the tool belt. It's give me that look. So I changed it to 1/2 inch. I figure that's a good round number. Who doesn't like round numbers? So that's why I kind of like using these calipers. Basically, is I can really get it in there, get a little more precise. So here I'm just trying to adjust it, knocking it around. You always want to get right to the edge of the saw blade teeth, because that's really the limit there. Raising it all the way up, which is a good thing. You'll see why it's good I raised the blade all the way up, because I needed every inch of this blade. Now I'm just checking out my hair. Check that out. Silver. Pure silver. It's platinum, really, quite frankly. So putting the hat out. It's very cold out today. It's something like below 30 slightly. And so here I'm just showing off my new little square I got, because my other one, I think I sawzawed the edge. Kind of diminishes its effectiveness. Okay, do I sound drunk right there? I'm not. So I thought I'd put something on there to raise it up, the edge, so that that I'm not hurting myself. And so perpendicular didn't work. There's kind of like grooves on there. So I tried to put it sideways. That's not working. And then out of my pocket, I pulled out this piece of wood. So I think I'm just going to level this up and clamp this on the fence. So we have a little more surface. Trying to think of an ingenious way to do this, but I didn't want to create a big jig and do all that. So I'm just going to go for it. Again, moving around the clutter. I also found a box in there of Christmas lights, just thrown in there randomly. So I'm going to put this over on the end, kind of as a feed table, kind of figuring out which way it goes. It's kind of funny here because I put that little handle on the bottom right there. It kind of can raise and lower. But then what do? I walk to the other side, the opposite side, and like, oh. It's funny because I was just over there like 10 seconds earlier and made sure to put it on that side. So, anyways, I got it lowered so that it will fit there. See that? And then I put some gloves on. Now, what's interesting about this wood? It's so hard. It's great. It's great walnut, but it's actually sharp on the edges. Believe it or not. Here we go. I'm going to turn the sound down on this, and I'm getting ready to go. And then I thought, I could use some of these guys. And so, which is a smart move on my part. And then I get ready to go, and then I have another woodworker blank stare, and I thought, wonder if the inner edge is, you hear that sigh? He said. But I wanted to make sure that the other edge really is not going to catch, because that could be very dangerous. So here we go. And then I start going. Here we go. I'm going to reach over and get some paddles here. Or no, I didn't. I didn't get paddles. What's wrong with... Oh, there I go. Okay. So, all in all, I was like, this is sketchy. You know when your blade kind of starts smoking, slowing down a little bit. I'm really pretty lucky this didn't bind up because it was super sketch. But this took a while, so as I started getting a rhythm and cutting each side, I started pondering, how many whales are in the ocean? Is there enough whales? Is there any way we can get more whales into the ocean? Are we hurting whales anymore? I sure hope that stopped. In fact, I might stop and look and see what the whale situation is, because I feel like if we lose the whales, we're doomed. We got to keep the whales. We got to do better. That's all I'm saying. So, and then I realized I should pay attention so I don't cut off my fingers. And forgot about the whales for a second there. So I got through the first end table. Sketch. And you heard it.
No bueno.
No bueno. Fun. It's super sketch.
Got some burn marks.
Turned out pretty well overall. And I kind of changed my design now, because I think I'm going to keep that ridge like that. It'll give me a good surface to mount my legs to. And you can see how the beveled edges come together. So that's pretty promising, actually. I like it. Okay, these are chamfers. They're also bevels. I mean, let's face it. But anyways, I started throwing wood because I was pissed off. I was like, why is it so messy around here? I'm sick of it. But actually, I was trying to make it in there, but it didn't work. So at this point, I'm cleaning up a little bit, and my breaker goes out. I told you this happens. I told you. And there it goes, back on. And so, and then I start focusing on this crack. Not only as you see it here, but in all its forms. And so, okay, I don't know why I said that, but anyways, I'm going to put this on the bottom. I'm going to try to cut it out, basically, is what's going to happen here. Sweep it under the rug. That's what I'm saying. Cut it out. Get it under the rug. As I'm cutting this, you can kind of see, unlike the first tabletop, the blade's not getting through here. And so I'm a little perplexed by this. But, I'm a trooper, not one to quit. So I keep on going and kind of thinking about it as well as the whales. But and then I do a little camera trickery. We have some more cutting to do here. So, okay, so I made the mistake of checking with the Google, and between the 1700s and the 1800s, over 3 million whales were killed, and now there's only tops 25,000. And the lesson here is I should just not read. That's what it's depressing. Regardless, we made the cuts here, and so you can see it didn't really go through. I thought it was maybe the sawdust, but it is a little thicker. And so at this point, I'm gonna get my gun there, and I'm gonna clean this place up a little bit. I'm telling you what, this compressor is nice. I'd be totally inundated with sawdust if I didn't have this thing. But I don't know if I'm just moving it around, but it's a good way to kind of clean up around the shop. And so I thought I'd take a moment to do this, clean up and contemplate the whale situation. And, okay, I'm going to let it go. But, so sweeping up, what I usually do is just kind of use the compressor, blow the air towards the garage door, and then I shoot it into my neighbor's yard. I don't really shoot it in my neighbor's yard, but I suppose in part I kind of do. Inadvertently I do, but not on purpose. But you can see how much sawdust just from making, I guess, 8 cuts there. Happens. And then, get a loop. Right into the neighbor's yard. It kind of reminds me of a story. I'll have to tell you some other time. It's kind of funny. But here's where I know I have a cold, because I try to put my mask on. I'm like, I'm not able to clip it. And so this is pretty funny. I get it clipped, and then check out this solution. Oh, wait, it's still not working. And this is why it takes me so long to get things done. It took me 10 minutes to put a mask on. So there we go, a little eye protection. I'm really glad I got that mask. I highly suggest you get a mask if you're going to be doing woodworking, and ear protection. Just the way. So you saw I put a little cloth down. Every time I sand or put a piece down, I like to put something under it, soft cloth. It keeps it from moving, as well as protects it from any sharp metal or anything like that. Actually, a good pro tip is go to U-Haul, and you can pick up a packing blanket for, like, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I thought it was like $15 or less, around there. And you can cut it up. I have it somewhere, but I just picked up that rag for the time being. So as I get moving here, you'll slowly be able to see that the cut line starts to slowly come through. Now, I think at some point my phone runs out of juice. And juice is electricity, if you didn't know. But I get going because I'm using 120 grit, unbeknownst to myself. And I'm saying to myself, this is taking a long time. So I pull it out, take a look. Yeah, it's 120. So I'm going to get 80 grit to speed this up a little bit. Usually when sanding in general, I don't like to go higher than 80 grit, and kind of go through the 80, 120, 150, or 220. So there we go. It's the next day. Open the garage. Still cold as hell outside. So the gloves also keep my hands warm a little bit. I like it though. You put enough layers on. It's perfectly fine. Clean this thing out real quick. So I think on the left here of your screen, my right, now you're going to start seeing it come through. Seeing breakthrough. Seeing as I'm panning over there, something should happen. Wait for it. There it is. You can kind of see it there. So that was kind of what I was hoping for, that if I just sanded this down a little bit. Because if I tried to pull this up by hand, I'd surely splinter it off, and that would be no bueno. No bueno. So this is a little painstaking thing I didn't plan on, but what the heck, I want to do it right. I think the woodworker's fear is that you take your time, make sure you're doing it right, and then the last second you get impatient. And listen to that sound. Is that not satisfying? Very satisfying. We got a little more sanding to do here, and we'll get it finished up so I can get these last 3 edges off. Get another couple money shots. It's almost going. Come on. I think we're ready. Just listen. Just sit back and enjoy. Yeah. All right. Mission accomplished. Looks like. Now look at these beautiful corners. What I look for is that the beveled edge goes right to the tip of that corner. It looks like we have achieved that. And so glory be. So I'm pretty happy with this. I think I'm going to keep that ridge on the top there and try to sand, keep that square as best I can. Because I got a plan for the legs and how I'm going to attach them, which you'll see. This is what we'll handle. I'm going to deal with that. It did not go under the carpet or under the rug. So I think I'm going to clean up here. Okay, one more time. Okay, I think it's time to hang up the hat, so to speak, for the day. Next time, we're going to go ahead and get some of the, that crack filled up. Start sanding. I got some MDF already for the template for the legs. I'm going to draw up a template for the shape of the legs. So it's 2 pieces at the end of the day, but we'll have some lumber to cut up and all that jazz. So we got a lot to do. I really do appreciate you joining us. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And come back for the next one. We really appreciate it. Thanks and have a good night. Bye.